lake as well. I've just been told that the puffer out there on the right hand side of the lake is a Mount Fleet Models kit. They're sometimes here, so you can go and see them. It's Grand Banks fishing schooner, which is the one with the green hull and the short sails. Schooner because it's gaff rigged on all the masts, and Grand Banks because that's where they used to take these to work. And there's a specific type of schooner that used to go out there. They fished with long lines over the side, many of them actually from boats. The bigger schooners had boats on board, and they would fish from long lines for those. That's a much more friendly way to fish, although they still caught hundreds and thousands of fish. But nets can actually take fish that are the wrong size and deplete stocks completely. At least if you have a baited hook, you've given them a chance. So that's out there, coming in the front here. This barge has been here for a few years, I think. Comes back again and again and again. And I think we'll go into more detail about Thames barges when we have the racing later on. Okay. So it's quite nice out on the lake at the moment. So if you've got a boat that will go on the lake, please do come along and stick it on the water and let us know what you're doing. I've just been reminded by the bowling club. Every year the bowling club opens up and they provide refreshments, very reasonable cost. Tea, cakes, things like that, sandwiches. And for the modelers, they will provide use of their toilet facilities as well. So pop along there, they support us every year. And this event actually helps them as well. It brings people into their club, shows them what they're doing. So now we're multiple events. And tomorrow we've got the farmers market. Hopefully we've got the bacon sandwiches, the bacon rolls that come along with that. They're brilliant sausage rolls. So go try those tomorrow.
I'll be up there, alright now? That's not quick.
So out over the left hand side is, I think that's a Riva Aquarama. Yep, it is. Nearly caused a crash there. There's a few kits of these around, and there's actually a set of model plans as well. So one of the kits is quite expensive. You can actually buy them off the internet for up to £600, or you can buy the plans, which I think are from Marine Modelling International, a couple of 400 motors, and make them yourself out of stock items. I know which I'd do, because I really don't have £600 laying around that I want to spend on a boat. Well, I do, my wife doesn't, you know. So the choice is made for me. Down the right hand side we've got a big grey job, which is obvious, so we're going to find out.
Yes. That's Dumbarton Castle.
Dumbarton Castle.
Fishery protection, yeah.
All right. So the naval-looking ship is actually fishing protection agency, and it's Dumbarton Castle. And there's a number of the castle class that you can build, and I believe Surmar used to do a hull, and I think Dean's Marine do a kit at the moment.
We've also
Richard, 2 laps. 2 laps. Out there's 5 buoys that are shaped like an M. It'll become more apparent as we go along. We'll probably get a few races in, and they're going anti-clockwise, did you say? Anti-clockwise. So they'll start in front of us here, run along the lake towards the cap. So that's it, they've just started. There was one barge that was across the line already. That barge will have to go back, turn around and restart the race. Probably land up nearly last like that. You can see they're all spread out anyway. And this really is a thinking man's game here. They were all jockeying for position, and as you can see now, a lot of them are in a fair piece of trouble trying to get up the lake or down the lake, whichever way you look at it, towards the cafe at the right hand end. A lot of them had no wind. Now suddenly the wind's appeared. The barges out in the lake have caught the wind. Those close into the shore haven't, and now they're having to turn and go up the lake to get some wind. These barges are just driven by the wind, and that's it. They have rudder control, and some of them have sail controls, but not all of them. And they won't actually go in a straight line towards the destination, or at least that is certainly not the quickest way to get there, unless the wind's directly behind you. So you can see going up the lake, they can go fairly quickly and fairly straight line towards the second buoy, sorry. But in order to get to the first buoy along the length of the lake, they've had to tack up and down to get the wind and go across the wind in order to make some sort of way. So time for a history lesson. Barges were the culmination, the absolute epitome of efficient sailing vessels for the job that they did, which was carrying cargo. Inshore and around the coast, brick sail, but it's supported, sorry, not gaff rig, ignore me, is a loose-footed sail, and is supported at its outer top end by a boom that comes right down to the bottom of the mast, and that's called the sprit. In fact, any loose-footed piece of wood on a boat can be termed a sprit, but in this case that's termed a sprit. Within those we've got staysail barges. They're barges that have no bowsprit. Now the bowsprit is the boom that sticks out of the front of over the bows of the boat and allows you to put more sail on the front. So if you were sailing in open ocean, it was often better to have a bowsprit because you can put more sail up. But if you were within restricted waters, then maybe you didn't want the trouble of actually keep rigging and de-rigging the bowsprit. So automatically we've got 2 classes. Then for inshore work and up and down rivers, you have a smaller class of barge. And for offshore work, you have bigger barges. And because you're out in the ocean and the weather's worse, they tended to have, well, all of them that I'm aware of, had a shelter on the rear of the deck. So you can see those barges here with the shelters on the rear deck. Barges also were named by the type of cargo that they carried, and there's a specific type that carried stacks of hay up and down, and they tend to be called a stacky barge. And all the control Amazingly, you can still see working barges up until the 50s, actually working in London, in the docks in London. And you can see, to pack them in, the bowsprit barges, the bowsprits will be stood up, all the sails will be free, and they would pack them into the pool in London as tight as they could go. So I would guess that the Thames Barge is the one that everybody knows is the iconic ship, the iconic British trading vessel. And most of the technology, true to form, was pinched from the Dutch. So you'll see that these have got lee boards on them, and a lee board is a board on the side because these boats are flat bottom. They can be blown around by the wind quite a lot. So a lee board is like a keel, it's a movable keel, and you drop the keel